Hi, welcome to day one. This is Salima Kassam, making a little video blog to take you through my election journey. Today is the first day where I am off of work and fully just working for myself. For the first time actually in my life, I'm in charge of the day and what's gonna get done and how it's gonna get done and all that kind of good stuff. It's kind of exciting to, I don't know, be hustling for your own name, I guess. It's different. Hope that I do myself proud. I'm just making this little video blog in the hopes that maybe I can share with you and let you in on what it's like to run for municipal office. Maybe there's someone out there who might want to give it a shot themselves one day. I think you should. It's definitely a big journey with lots of learning and lots of, I guess, a lot of excitement, but also a lot of new understandings about the world and about people's views in the world and where our culture actually is and all the facets of our culture that maybe you don't get to know when we spend most of our time in our own circles. It's an eye-opening thing. So stay with me. Maybe check out, hopefully this blog maybe we'll have some insights. I don't know. We'll find out what happens. I thought today I would review some of the campaign visions and sort of principles that I set out about a year ago. It was about a year ago when I started really thinking seriously about running for city council and started putting things down on paper and talking to people and asking for help. And the response was really positive, so I kept going. So let's see, what did I first write? Okay. Sorry, I went to sleep. Sorry. Okay, everyone has fun, is invited, is included, is heard. Work to win, work smart, strategize, use data, focus the conversation on community and their voices, tell their stories and how the city can help. Stand up for open and transparent government, stand for evidence-based policy, specifically research-based on the connection between behavioral sciences and urban design. I'm into that kind of stuff. Stand for innovation and policy development, including risk-taking through prototyping and small pilots. Celebrate diversity and vibrancy. Replace cultural norms around the Northeast and draw Calgary to the rich community. Find solutions to traffic issues, find solutions to garbage and public space issues. Push for an effective secondary suites policy, meet the needs of households with both aging parents and young children, including aging in place strategies, increasing the supply and access to affordable rental housing and home ownership. It kind of goes on, but there's a bunch of stuff that is basically all policy stuff that we put down at the beginning. And all that stuff is still true, and I'm so grateful that it has been a year of really great conversations and so much support from my incredible group of friends and the people who think that this is a good idea and that I would be a good city councillor. And I do think that we've been transparent and open and all that kind of stuff. This journey, though, is so much more than these things that I thought it would be about or that I maybe academically or intellectually wrote down on paper. This journey for the last year has been more for me about a bit of culture shock, to be honest. We're seeing a new America, a different America, a side of America that maybe we knew existed, but we maybe didn't know how prevalent it was. And for better or for worse, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but that kind of divisiveness, that kind of negativity, that kind of fear is absolutely alive in the communities that I've been knocking on, and that makes me really sad because I don't get it, honestly. we live in such a beautiful country, and our services do work for the most part really well. And immigrants have a huge role to play in Canada and in adding to both the wealth and the community and gorgeousness of this country. But we have work to do, because, you know, I've been thinking about it now for a while. Obviously, I started door knocking in April, which is about 6 months ago from where we are today, like 6 months ago. And it might be because of how I look, I don't know. And I have often gone to doors, you know, by myself. But there's a lot of misinformation, I believe, that came out during our last federal election in 2015 from propaganda groups, anonymous groups, and a lot of bad information around the cost of refugees, the amount of money being spent on refugees, and making comparisons between that and the pension system and CPP and OAS and stuff. There was also a lot of stuff, I think, that came out around welfare and this idea of welfare, and that someone on welfare can sit at home and make more money than someone who's working in. I can tell you in Alberta that is not in any way a true reality. And I can also tell you federally that it is not in any way a true reality that every Syrian family gets their own home and all this money to be welcomed to Canada. I'm like, no. It is a rough journey where we have seen the incredible spirit of people coming together to make this kind of progress in the world, to take care of each other, to remember that this is not a finite pie. This is not us versus them. That's not the world we need to be in. We need to be in a world where we say yes, where we say be safe, let's be home, let's figure it out. I'm not an idiot. I understand economics, but you're sitting here, you're listening to someone who's in culture shock, essentially, which I love. I love culture shock. I love that feeling in the pit of your stomach that lets you know that you're alive when something is scary. That I don't think that means that you don't do it. I think it means you probably should do it. So I feel confident and like I'm on the right path, but I am also a little shocked and disappointed in the bad information that's out there and some of the very hurtful and divisive statements and language that I've heard at the doors. And I've got to keep reminding myself of the doors where it's great, the people that you just meet on the street who are excited and happy that you're doing this, and they don't know you, but they're supportive after getting to know you a little bit, and they're kind and they love our democracy. And those people far outweigh the folks who do feel alienated and therefore might be a bit negative, or I don't know what it is, to be honest, but for some reason that negative stuff, as is the same problem with the folks who are holding on to these things that are not true, the negative stuff sticks. It seems to stick a lot more than positivity. But that's not how we're going to run this campaign. We are going to run a campaign based on unbridled optimism. We are going to be good to everyone. We are going to be super supportive of Michelle and the other women who are running in Ward 10. We are going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I have to tell myself that. I'm wearing my purple today to give me inspiration. I won't be wearing it out of the house, but it still is making me feel good this morning. So here we go. We've got 6 weeks to the election. And let's see if I can make myself a city councillor. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.